Who's who?
They are. You know who's who.
All right. Yeah. Whack us in.
We are ready when you are.
Well, a very good morning and welcome to the Central Coast Regional Sporting and Recreation Complex. Day 2 of the Junior Regionals 2023 Championships for New South Wales touch football. And we start with an absolute cracker here, the 18 boys division, the Hunter Western Hornets taking on the West Southwest Suns. James Preston and Carly Banks to bring you all the action on this beautiful morning. Fortunately, the rain has stayed away. A bit of wet weather overnight, but it's not here.
Yeah, no, it's looking good, James, and just what we want to see today, like clear conditions for what should be an absolute brilliant day of finals at the New South Wales Junior Regional Championships.
So, of course, 25-minute matches. You've heard the siren in the background, so this one's going to be slightly shorter of actual game time, but no halftime break, and the two sides will simply switch ends when a try has been scored. So here is Ellers with the ball.
Yeah. Tamana, Australian Under 18 boys representative, playing in 2 weeks for your Australian 18 boys, and starts the morning with a lovely long ball out there, James.
Lovely pass indeed. Now they look for an option back through the middle. The Suns are up nice and quick, though, to shut things down. And speaking of the Suns being up, certainly is up this morning. Beautiful conditions. Still very slippery under surface, though. We've seen that for the bulk of our tournaments the last sort of 6 months. Those early starts have really caused a few problems for handling in the early morning sessions, as now they work it away here. The Suns coming from right to left.
Yeah, great little subset from the Suns. Got out of their end really smart,ly, and then a little passive play off the back end to open proceedings here. And here are Hornets with their first possession towards the box, and not as smooth as they needed to be there, and really nice pressure coming forward there from the Suns, but great latch there to retrieve the situation for the Hornets.
Yeah, Walker did very well, and here he is on the follow-up now, playing it. This is the last, though, for the Hornets. Hornets darting from left to right, looking to create some sort of an opening. They've run out of territory, though, and the Suns converge upon them and manage to see off that particular raid. So here they go now, working away from their own end, firing from left to right. Good meters off the back of defence here, and they straighten things up for just a little moment, pick up an extra 5 or so.
Yeah, really good midfield defence there from the Hornets there, because that little check back to the link there from the Suns, paid dividends in that first set. So really good adjustment there.
Semple does a good job to try and work something out of pretty much nothing here, and he stays alive in the play as well, and eventually they do get him. So that is the turnover here. So both sides just feeling each other out. No score as of yet, as the Hornets come up towards halfway and they cycle the footy nice and quick, and then storming onto it and picking up good meters here. It's a nice little run there from Charlie Walkerton. However, they've got an issue here back towards the halfway mark.
Yeah, and this game's got a bit of significance for the competition here, James. Suns are sitting 5th and Hornets are 4th, so interesting to see. Whichever team gets up here probably guarantees themselves, a spot in the semi-finals. So yeah, a lot to play for here, James.
Yeah, all to play for indeed, as Hayden Hinch drops it down, and now the reinforcements arrive, tracking into the scene. And finally they get the full complement on the field here. They've burnt a couple of touches doing so, though, and now they'll play this one around about 15 metres away from the enemy line, as Semple has a little crack himself. Semple with a few dummies and then putting the foot down.
Yeah, he's a very creative player, Ethan. Semple has been a member of the Australian Under 18 boys squad, in 2023. So yeah, he's a guy to keep your eye on for sure.
The Hornets are going to have to keep an eye on him as well, because he's asking a few questions of the defence, but they had the answers that time around, and they'll also get themselves a penalty here for a forceful touch. So a full set of 6 to start with. And by play number 2, they'll be up over halfway. Here they are now rolling the ball inside enemy territory as Aoki plays it. And now on the follow-up, they bring it away here for Hunt. Hunt, good meters. Come to the middle here with Ellers. Ellers back to that open side and now receives it through the middle once again. Threatened to go long, goes short instead. Lovely little pass, but I think they just get the touch in time. A reaching effort from Hunter Schultz.
Yeah, Travis Jackson really unlucky there not to get that one, because looks like he had the ball down. But the referees are in a much better position than we are. So, and there's the quarterback from the Hornets, and they're still running. A little bit of opportunity there on the out.
So, of course, they got another full set there with a player ruled to be offside. Ellis dives from a long way, dives early, gets very low, and he says, go, go, go. First try of the match. Hunter Western Hornets lead 1-0.
Yeah, that's a specialty play from Tamana Ellis. He's very, very good at getting low on those quickie plays, and he's the captain of this side, and he's leading by example. So, yep, nice effort there from Tamana Ellis.
So 4 minutes gone here, and first try coming the way of the Hunter Western Hornets. As you mentioned, Carly Banks, these sides neck and neck on the ladder throughout this pool stage. 4th for the Hornets, 5th for the Suns, and pretty much a final spot riding on this one as Dean comes forward and gets it again here. Dean with a nice little short pass, but they marked up well, and that will now be the last here. One more play to see off for the Hornets. They play it back here for Dean. Dean with a little hop, the skip, the Benji flick pass, but ultimately no result.
Yeah, you'd have to mention Benji because your West Tigers got up last night, James, and you're resplendent in your West Tigers jersey here today. The viewers at home can't see that, but yes, he's a very proud man up here in the commentary box.
Don't you worry, I will paint the picture. There is beaming smiles, there is orange and black all over me, and right now the Hornets are looking to go black and blue against this defensive line here for the Suns, but they withstand it. Unlike the Penrith Panthers last night. See, I can throw in another one there for you, Carly Banks. And there is a penalty now for the Suns. So it'll just help to get them out of their own territory here.
Yeah, been impressed with the way that the Suns have defended that midfield sort of foray from the Hunter Western Hornets, and their get-out sets have been really, really consistent and good. They've been consistently getting over halfway on the first three, and it's just these back ends to see if the Suns can sort of match that intensity here.
Well, here is a good roll ball from the Suns, and then they pick it up and drive, but they just managed to get back in time. Good effort there from Jesse Walker, who we've seen come up with a few crucial plays both in attack and defence.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really nice squirt out of acting half from Hunter Schultz from Holger there, and and it was well handled by the Hornets defence.
So Hornets now crabbing across field, looking to get those fresh players back onto the pitch. Nice run here from Walkerton, picks up good meterage. Now out for Tranter. Tranter, still an option there at first receiver, gets it now, has a little sweep around, and then they mark up well here on Walkerton, who plays it for mine off the mark, but play on is the call, and nowhere to go, so no harm, no foul there for the Suns.
Yeah, again, really well defended there from the Suns, and this is a bit of an armour wrestle now, James, and really, really important that each team is composed and sort of plays out their sets of 6 and is content with completing, because sooner or later someone's going to crack, so it's really, really important. And there's a little fly play.
Well, here comes Semple floating a pass, and speaking of floating, that one's floated about 5 suburbs forward.
Yeah, go long.
I think it's in Gosford now.
Oh well, yeah, but a nice little fly play, some good variation over there from the Suns coaches over there, and Darren Reynoldson's had this group of boys, from the Suns for the last couple of years, and they're always competitive, they're always in with a shout, at every single event they compete in, so they're progressing really, really well.
Hunt promotes the footy back on the inside, plays it now for McDermott. And now Ehlers again. Ehlers drops it down. Hunt's there. Ehlers, lovely little delay on the pass, but just didn't quite have the running there of his inside man.
Yeah, I think down in that sub-box, the Lindsay Brain and Matt Richards, the coaches of the Hornets, would have probably noticed there's probably a little leeway there for them, and a little opportunity to run the passive out the back there off the next set. So interesting to see if they've identified that the next time that the Hornets get themselves into good field position.
Last play now for the Suns. A couple of dummies popping out there from Jack Dean, but they didn't fall for it. Making the touch, and now a chance to work it away from their own end here, the Hornets, as we've come inside. It's gone pretty quickly here, more than 8 minutes of game time already, up towards halfway, and now Walkerton joins the action and gets up and over that halfway mark now. Walker coming in, Walker to Walkerton. Now we just need a runner out there as well. And unfortunately, it's not going to be anyone running with the ball from the Hornets. They've turned it over here for an incorrect play the ball.
Yeah, disappointing sort of end to that little foray by the Hornets. And there we go. The Suns have given the Hornets back possession, and that's something that wouldn't be pleasing the Suns coaching box too much at all to be able to get a midfield turnover like that and to give it straight back and cough up the ball. I wouldn't like to be over there in that sub box at the moment, but this is where it's really important. As I said, players need to keep their heads on in this particular situation. The Hornets need to get down to that 7 metre line and mount a bit of pressure, and the Suns have to be really resolute here in defence.
Here's Logan O'Brien popping it back to that open side. Good speed as well from Charlie Walker. In fact, way too much speed. He goes in. The Hunter Western Hornets sting once more.
Yeah, excellent work there from Chuck Walkerton. He's been one of the most consistent players for the Hornets this sort of tournament, and he's one of the most improved players in this age division over the last 12 months. And, he's a really good link. He's industrious. He does a lot of good work, and nice to see him come up with some points there.
Play here from the Hornets. Now the Suns have got a little bit of work to do. They do have ball in hand around about 15 away from the Hornets line. As it comes now here for Beer. I can tell you now, Cully Banks, I certainly had one of those after the Tigers' victory. Celebrations all around as Semple has a little look. Oh, great hands sliding in to receive it. And no advantage there, so that will be another set. Well, they can have a crack at the line here.
James, I had half a beer on Anzac Day when St George nearly got the chocolates. So, yeah, that's good enough for us at this point.
I mean, look, if you drew at the end of Golden Point, you can have half the beer, but you didn't win.
Yeah.
Do you even get a quarter for that?
Oh, come on. Be kind. Be kind.
Be kind. I'm a Tiger supporter. What do you want from me? Here they come again now. Stepping off the right foot and then back to Semple. Semple in at acting half, fires it off for Murray Beer. A little bobble from Semple. Gets it once more here on the last, though. No strike dump to work with. Beer floats it out to the wider spots here for Hinch. Hinch trying to open up something, but nothing coming his way. And now the Hornets can work it away from their end. So good meters now on play number 2. Driving straight and hard before they head towards the box, but that's good defence from the Suns, just cramping them a little bit here.
Yeah, it is, and a nice little Gunya play there from the Hornets there. Really smart work from Tamana Ellis and the latching link coming onto the field, and they earn themselves a penalty.
Yeah, it was a bit of a cynical play there from Semple, just with a little kick away from the ball so they couldn't pick it up. And It was pretty intentional from mine, but it won't cost them too much because just about the next play they turn it over through Harry Carlson. Still struggling with those slippery conditions in the morning.
Yeah, and it is like first game of the morning, one of the really important things for, those people watching at home and sort of budding coaches and players. If you've got these early morning games on these dewy fields, get yourself a little bit deeper, buy yourself a little bit of time to make sure that you're able to get the clean roll balls, not have those little errors. You've got more time to make really good decisions about what option you're going to take if you just stand a little bit deeper and give yourself a little bit more room and time.
Still plenty of work to do here, unfortunately, as Cole loses it here for the Southwest Suns. They trail by 2. Both those early tries to the Hornets.
This is a much better rucking set. There's much better flow in this set from the Hunter Western Hornets.
They'll come to the middle now, and all the players full of running here, including O'Brien. And they'll take off again here through McDermott. McDermott with the flick pass comes out. That's an accidental Falcon there for Cole. First of the match. I must say, we had one in Game 2 yesterday, and now we've had one in Game 1. Didn't see a single other one throughout the day. So it happens early or not at all.
And it's our combination. It's the cursing commentators forcing the Falcons. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Look at you with your alliteration. Cursing commentators forcing the Falcons.
And I've got a stutter, and look how good I'm going.
I think you missed your calling as an English teacher, actually, Carly.
I actually am.
Oh, come on. What can't you be? You're an Australian cricket. Are you actually an English teacher?
Yeah.
No.
That's my degree. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll do, mate.
There you go.
I'm done.
See?
You take over. Well, here come the Hornets. So I've learned a lot about you this week, and I've been working with you for a few years now.
There you go. That's a quite one you got to watch, James.
Okay, I'm not even going to touch that. That's opening up Pandora's box. All right, here we go with the Hornets and another set to work with here. Can you control yourself? It's the first match of the day.
Come on, just trying to bring a bit of colour
You're
to the
livening
commentary.
up, sure. I haven't been out of bed that long, though. Ella's now comes forward, floats back to the middle, and then fires off here for Hunt, who sends it wider still. They keep recycling the footy, trying to get away from them. Here is Aoki.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get a bit of flow here and a bit of running now. So Tamana's got the footy and just getting people live. Yep.
Lilla's got the strike dump there, and then
Very
Walkerton was a little way too quick there, in fact, in the end for Jackson Connolly. I thought just for a moment he might have had him, but Walkerton hit it at pace, and that was enough to get through.
Yeah, and it's just that changing of the tempo there from the Hornets. They were checking the ball around and opening the spaces up, and then, when Ellers wanted the punch play for Walkerton, he got him in the right position and showed that type of composure, to give the Hornets another touchdown, and that's a 3-0 lead.
So a lot of work to do now for the Suns. They trail by 3. Murray Beer with ball in hand. Feigns to turn it back on the inside for Semple, and now Beer once more. Semple with the strike dump here for Beer. Very flat at the line. Really not much doing, though. It's all a bit too pre-orchestrated here from the Suns.
Yeah, really good link defence from the Hornets. The difference between their team today and yesterday was that they had some issues in that sort of link area, and they've really tightened up there. So full marks there to the coaching staff, Lindsay Brain and Matt Richards, for the work that they've done with those links overnight.
So Walkerton, good metres. And now they continue to work it wide out towards the sub area.
Yeah, it's still not as smooth. Still not as smooth as we've grown accustomed to with sort of Hornets teams with that sort of rucking stuff. So they really need to probably put a little bit of time and effort into that.
Last play now here for the Hornets, and they were trying to identify an offside marker in the form of Cole, but he did retreat the required distance, so nowhere for the Hornets to go. There is the changeover. Now Semple will work it wide out to Hayden Hinch. Now we certainly know the Hinch boys have got plenty of pace, so if they can get into some open space, it could be good night Irene. And they hop back to the middle now. Cole straightening, and then a delay on the pass. A lovely one too.
Footy.
The big dummy comes through. He's fooled them all. A bigger dummy than you'll find at a pacifier store, and Jack Dean goes in. Yeah,
he's a very, very good player, Jack Dean, but a nice little wrap play, and we don't see enough of that anymore, James. It's a subtlety back in the day, but it used to be one of the staple plays, one of the subunit skills of the game, and it's really nice to see that being sort of utilised, creating the little overlap, and Jack Dean doing the rest.
So 3-1 here. West-Southwest Suns have got themselves on the board and now back in the contest, but they still, you fancy, need to be the next to score just to put a little bit of pressure on the Hornets here as Walker plays it. And now O'Brien on the follow-up. Plays it at the 7. Walker, O'Brien once more. O'Brien throwing long, pressure coming out from the outside, and that was a very good read from Jet Lucas, who just supplied enough there to force the mistake.
Yeah, the Hornets were looking for that passive play out the back. They were a little bit lateral on that play, and the link put himself in a fantastic position to snuff that attacking raid out.
Up over halfway now come the Suns. Changing the angle, turning it back on the inside. Great strike dump too. They pick it up and keep going here, the Suns, with pace. Oh, good tracking, though, from a very hard-working middle there for the Hornets. It was a touch that had to be made.
Yeah, really, really good work from the Hornets there. And, I'm close to getting an offside penalty here. The Suns are struggling with the speed of this set, and this is more like the Hornets that we know.
Weaving around that attempted touch there from Reynoldson. And now they continue driving hard and forward. Once more, Ellers, an option. Oh, how about the footwork there? Ellers still going. Incredible.
And there's the penalty that we were prefacing earlier in the set of 6. Just like that's the type of speed and intensity that the Hornets need to replicate in most sets of 6 if they're going to be a force later on today.
Ellers once more threatening to die from distance. He's already picked up a try in this match doing exactly that, but he's forced back to that 7-metre mark now, and this one has really flown along. It's only about 7.5 to go by our clocks here. Of course, the time on your screen is merely a guide. Ellers picks it up and then plays short. Thought he had an option to go very long there. Turns it back on the inside, and the Suns marked up well in defence. There was no opening forthcoming. Yeah,
fantastic defence from the Suns. They really did a good job there, and there wasn't much variety in that set from the Hornets, so I think the coaching box will be sort of discussing, how they can actually sort of, get a little bit more variety in their attack, especially at the back end of those repeat sets.
I think that might have been pinged as well here for 7 on the field.
Yeah, and it's definitely an area that the referees are paying very, very close attention to. I mean, I know a lot of the viewers would have probably watched the Test series last week, and it was, something that the referees were very, very strict on, and it seems to be a bit of a focus area these days. So, players and coaches just have to be super disciplined in terms of not conceding so many of those penalties.
So once more they float long. Oh, the option was there. Stretching out the hand was Harry Carlson. I think it was more intended for the wing itself, but he saw an opportunity if he could snaffle that one up. And ultimately it does still result here in a turnover in favour of the Suns. And with about 6 minutes to go, I think they've got to score pretty soon. I'm not exactly sure why they've sent
subbed
here Cohen Camborne.
Yeah, forced sub. Not really sure either, but yeah. The Suns are making full advantage of that right now.
Marching up the field with relative ease here as Cole plays it. And now this is the last long ball over the top. It's gone straight into the waiting arms, though, of Darcy Jones.
So that's the 0 touch count. And, yep, a little error there. So, yep. So the Suns have gotten a dividend for all that enthusiasm in terms of the way that they approach that set of 6. And, yeah, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And, you know, the harder you work, the luckier you get, James. So these guys are really working hard for this out there right now.
It's very true, as Dean once more looks to split them. He's already done so once in this match. Popped up here from Cole. Dean again receiving. Dean floating it over the top. Just managed to get the attention there of the Hornets wing, but ultimately it didn't find its mark. He was looking for Thornhill. But just fell a little short of him as the Hornets now come upfield. But they're doing a good job here to cram them in against the sideline, at least for the first few plays. And, yes, ultimately it does reap a reward. So there's what you're talking about, Carly Banks. You make your own luck a little bit in this game.
Yeah, and, yeah, they wouldn't be too happy with the last couple of sets, the Hornets. That's 2 sets in a row where, you know, they failed to, you know, get out of their own end. And generally the pass mark for most teams, James, is like if you get to halfway, you know, on the 3rd touch, then you've done your job and you've earned the right to sub. So, yeah, not great from the last few sets. So I would dare say if they can defend this, yep, there's a play on there. And
yeah, Dean allowed to continue there. You can just see the referee saying, no, you're not onside, play through, and he did exactly that. And now we really do have a ball game here with about 4 minutes to go. Margin reduced to 1. It's 3-2 in favour of the Hornets.
Yeah, Jack Dean, he's been the standout for the Suns without a doubt. And he's, you know, he plugs away. He never stops, like, digging. And, you know, he really, really deserves that try. And, yeah, game on, James.
So we wanted a grandstand finish, and we get it nice and early here on day 2. First match of the day, of course. Finals coming up a little later in proceedings. Both these sides looking to stake their claim for a semi-final berth. So the touch comes up here and forces an end to Hunt's progression upfield. Ehlers now provides for McDermott. Back to the middle. They'll play it quickly. McDermott is there. Pops up a little pass. Yes, exactly. There's no way that Jackson Connolly was onside there. It was almost a case of, I would say, an intentional foul.
Yeah.
So they'll pop it up here on the 7 mark. Low ball, well handled from McDermott, who tries to get around them. Good speed shown there, though, from McPhillips, who gets across and makes the touch.
Yeah, he's a very talented young player, Kyle McDermott, and yeah, he's got a big future in the sport.
So there's the second one now. It's a gain on Connolly, unfortunately, this time for a forced touch.
Now, this is very important, the way that Hornets play this set of 6.
I'll get all the way through now. I'm not sure he was able to actually keep possession on it, even if he got it to ground without the touch, but they did get the touch and the feet behind the line. So still holding on here, the Suns, but they've got to be careful. They're already on the 2 penalties. They'll dive again here. This time it is made, though, from Reynoldson.
Yep, and it's very much a part of a process that the Hornets are playing there, just to try and compress the defence, and then, you know, they'll move them out for a shot when they're ready. And a little
Ehlers, how about the footwork, though?
Yeah.
Freddie Fittler, eat your heart out off the left. He goes bang, cracks them open, and that is champagne footy.
Yeah, fantastic play. Nice little counties play for Tamana. You know, did the work early. The boys worked hard. That's very much a team touchdown. Like, they worked hard on their process, compressed the middles, moved it out, then manipulated the spacings for Tamana to use his feet. And yeah, he puts the Hornets out in front with a little bit of breathing space now, James.
Yeah, not too much time remaining either inside the last 2 minutes here, so I think that might do it as a contest. The Suns, if they can score here, they could potentially jag maybe a draw. If a little bit of luck goes their way. It's got to happen for them right now. As Semple flings it to the open side. Benson was there in that link position. He comes back to the 7. Semple, sharp off the left foot, dances off the right. No opening, and that should pretty much do it here for the Hornets.
Yeah, they just need to be they just need to complete, and that would be the message from the coaches, just to get down the other end and just complete the set, and then finish over here on this sideline, I would dare say.
So Jackson rolls it 10 metres into enemy territory, and now Walker on the follow-up. Walker dancing. Aoki picks it up, skips off the left, then off the right, really puts on the afterburners, but Semple does a good job to stick with him, makes the touch, and they'll get one final set here to work with the West-Southwest Suns. So Semple will start it off from his own 7. And how expensive will they go, or is it simply a case of, you feel, getting through their processes and preparing for the next match?
Probably getting down here and just like, look, they'll want to have a crack and try and score here, mate. They'll try and get a middle, I'd say, but they've just slowed it up, and that sort of plays a little bit into the Hornets' hands. But I'm sure Cole will be, having a go. Oh, how's the reflexes on that?
Pretty incredible catch. We've seen some woes for the Australian Test cricket side. Maybe we can get a new member in there in the slips.
Yeah, and there's the penalty. That's it's really good, and they'll just play this one out.
So it'll be a little touch here from the Hornets. They'll walk into the defensive line. It's all good sportsmanship, and that is the way that it ends here. So an entertaining first match of day 2 here at the Junior Regionals in Tuggerah. But at full time, the Hunter Western Hornets victorious over the West-Southwest Suns. 4 tries to 2. And coming up for you next, we move to another terrific match here. Still with the boys on the field. It'll be the Sydney Mets who take part in what should be a cracking fixture up against the Southern Rebels in the 16 boys division. So don't go too far. That kick off in about 3 minutes' time.